and they're explaining the schedule.
And we're off.
And it looks like G2,
Hikaru started with
G4.
B3, B6,
Oh, sorry.
and G4.
B3, B6, G2, G4.
Both queens are now already on the open diagonal.
Right.
Interesting opening choice.
Yes, avoiding the center completely and possibly putting the bishop to G2, but a bishop can B7 can counter that. So we have symmetry already with these two interesting moves. If you put your knight on F6, of course, G5 could affect that knight. And I'm surprised Hikaru was already deep in thought after already playing only 2 moves.
Maybe it's because he arrived late. He didn't have time to analyze all the options.
I'm a bit surprised by both G2, G4, G5 in the sense that both players are giving up control over their knights. You would kind of expect, but the problem is the knight, right? The knight needs to come to G6.
So knight G6 now, right, for black?
Yes, yeah, knight G6. Bishop G7 to be considered, but
We wouldn't want knight or rook on G7. So.
By the way, just very quickly, I looked at all the boards, so that we'll fix in a moment.
Castle and white were to castle, then you ask the question, what is the bishop doing on A6? Well, I suspect that Wesley had B5 in mind, and in fact, that's actually what he did do.
Without castling.
Without castling, he started with B5. What do you think of them apples, Leslie?
I would take on B5, open up the C file.
Okay, looks good to me. I will recapture, channeling my inner Wesley.
Maybe rook C1.
Rook C1, there. Okay, I like what you suggested a time ago, which is get out of dodge.
Well, I was hoping I had bishop B5, queen C4, but it's not winning.
Yes.
You have queen
Whoa,
B5
look at this. We have a pawn grubber in the house.
on A5.
Check it out. Queen C3, B5, queen takes A5.
There are 2 more moves. B takes C, quickly played by Wesley.
And your rook C1. Makes a lot of sense. You can't take on B3. C7 is hanging. That would hurt, be hurtful. Oh, by the way, also the bishop would be hanging, so that would hurt lots of ways. So we would expect castles now.
That's right.
So isn't that
You would take queen A6 and win a pawn.
How do you win a pawn? Just you take.
No, I was playing queen A6.
What?
Bishop C4.
This is a cute way.
I'm on the pawn, right?
Yes, you are.
And going into the endgame. So
Yes, you are.
pretty happy with that. And my king in the center will be fine in the endgame.
Absolutely, no question. Put your knight on D3, your king on E2, and you're a happy camper. Absolutely. So, from the starting position, castles.
So where is black's composition?
Yeah, that's exactly what Hikaru was asking himself, which is why he went for this. Now, Wesley's got to answer that one. That's not an easy one to answer, Maurice. But what do you have for us? Hikaru said, okay, I defend it. Then came the move rook here, and you can immediately sense that rook takes, knight takes is trouble. So e4, and while I was expecting something like rook takes, no. Wesley.
It's the allowed pawn to go to d5.
Exactly, where it defended nicely this pawn on c6. Anyway, we're catching up with the players. King to d3 was the last move. Take that back. g4 was the last move, and now we're up to date with the
Hikaru
players.
has two passed pawns. One of them is protected with two knights jumping over there. It should be completely winning for white. Right?
Yeah, but it's still like
knight d4.
yeah, it's still like I'm with you 100%. It feels like what? Wesley captured
took
a pawn
on
on
h2?
h2. Okay,
Knight
now
d5 now.
I'm a pawn grubber, but I would have been
Even you would
worried.
have taken
Yeah.
h2.
This is okay. So what he's saying is, yeah, it looks bad, but where's your knockout?
a6, a7.
G3, G2.
This is funny. I want my knight on b6, but how do I get there?
Right, a6, g3. He wants to go g2, knight f3, knight h4. While you're doing your pass, sir, Black's doing his. And what do you have with Gary Kasparov's game?
Also completely winning. I don't have it on my board. You guys probably have it.
I do. I just saw g2. You said Hikaru's completely winning. And
Oh, he
he
beautiful
played
mate.
knight takes d6
And
check.
rook b8.
And rook b8. Ooh. So,
And Wesley's
okay.
pawn on g2 is a bit too slow.
Wesley just played the move king to c8. So he's inviting knight to
We can
takes
play knight
d6.
c7 though. We don't have to take knight
Oh.
d6.
Knight c7, in fact, on the board with the threat of rook b8. And the
Resignation.
clock stops.
Hikaru wins his first game.
Defending world
The guy came in late, didn't have a chance to really analyze the position, and just schooled his opponent.
Wow.
That's got to be pretty embarrassing.
Okay. Other
By the way,
games.
big
Levon.
update. Last time we looked at it, Sam Sevian was losing his game. Now looks like he's completely fine. He saved his terrible